Hi everybody, this is Jackie from Jacqueline Ann Designs, and welcome to my channel. Hi everybody. I did have to do a quick add-on at the end of this video. There was something I forgot. So after you see the pictures that I posted of my PDF file pattern purchases, just go just a little bit longer to find out about something special coming up. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. If you've been here before, welcome back. This is a channel that I haven't really done a lot to get out into the arena. I've just kind of come on and recorded, but I would like to kind of change that a little bit. I really enjoy interacting with everyone, so I would like to invite you to go ahead and subscribe and to click like below, which sounds kind of old hat. I just kind of really almost hated to say that. But anyway, but I did. I just said it. But anyway, welcome to the channel. Now, I want to say really quickly before we get into the haul, because this is a haul video. It's a stitchy haul video. Is that I want to do a name change on my channel. I named it Jacqueline Ann Designs. I was designing journals and journal page layouts, things like that. And I have expanded beyond that. I still do that, but I'm about to embark on a new adventure, which traveling in my camper van for about 3 years. And the paper crafting things are a bit much to carry with me. But taking hand stitching and even my little Singer Featherweight and just doing some simple quilt piecing in the van, the camper van, works out well. I can't do any big quilt layouts. It's got to be pretty simple stuff, like just sewing the blocks together, and then when I come home from that trip, then putting them into a quilt top. So my life's about to have a lot of change, and I've done this in the past. I just took like a year and a half off to get some health issues taken care of and that kind of thing, and a lot of mechanical issues with my camper van. A long story, but think twice before you buy RVs, guys, and really do your research and understand what a money pit they are. And we'll just leave it at that. Okay, so today's haul is some stuff you may feel is a little bit overkill, but I would like to show you what you can get if you look closely when you're doing thrift shopping. And I did some thrift shopping, and it's my birthday month, and August is my birthday month, and I belong to a group of people. We're all just old friends that since we retired, we can't really get together anymore. We're all scattered all over the country. So what we do is we have an annual birthday party. And throughout the year, you buy gift cards so that you have enough for everyone, and you send them out, and you end up getting a whole avalanche of gift cards. More, well, the same amount you put out, but it's still fun, right? Anyway, we just love it, and it affords us the time to get together on a Zoom call or something and just enjoy ourselves. And a lot of times we'll have a glass of wine and just enjoy ourselves. Now, this time we had we were supposed to bring our own piece of cake and coffee or tea, and they asked us to actually bring an elegant tea and a cup and share what we had and show off our cups, which I forgot to go buy the tea, so I had coffee. Which about half of them ended up with coffee anyway, so not everybody, I guess, enjoys tea. So that's the way that was. And excuse my windswept hair. I've been working out in the garden this morning, so it's a little bit tossed and turvy. This was a good time to record because my two little dogs, the loves of my life, but they're both outside. So I thought, let's just get this video recorded before they're ready to come back in. And I'm going to start with my thrift store hauls, and which aren't the most exciting, I know, but they're on top. So that's why they're coming first. I did get several magazines, and there were tons of cross-stitch magazines there to choose from, by the way, tons. And so I did not get all of them. I got an assortment of these cross-stitch and country crafts. every one of them has something in them that I want to do. Look at these cross-stitched dolls and the pattern in there to make their clothing. Aren't those cool? These are from 1988. They're various months from 1988. I've got the March, April issue, the July, August issue. Oh, and this one's 1987. I've got the November, December issue, which features a lot of different Santas. There are some really cool samplers in here in these magazines. So I picked them out. There were a lot more than this to choose from, but I just picked out ones that had projects in them that I wanted to do. And then January, February of 88. So I've got all of those. This one is, this one's also Cross Stitch and Country Cast. It's just a newer issue. This one is from 1995. And I liked that box of candy. That you stitch up the candy. I thought that was cool. And somebody recently had a pattern out similar to this where you stitched up a box of candy. Write down in the comments below if you can remember who that was. I cannot remember who it was, but it might be a good pairing with this one. Who knows? And once again, just some really pretty designs in here. I don't want to show you any patterns or anything, but trims for your clothing is one thing that was featured in this. Just some cute things. And then several of these I got because I have a thing that I want to do some Christmas stockings. And so here's one. This one is a pattern book just for Christmas stockings. And most of these things were $2, but by the time they gave me a senior discount, everything went down to right around $1. A few of them she took money off of because she didn't think they were worth what they were charging, and she got the prices down to 50 cents. So, and then this is another one called Plain and Fancy Folk. And I liked it because it's got some cute samplers on it. See them? I don't like the little picture that's right here. I like this one. I think that'd be pretty trim somewhere. But there's a total of 4 different. There's more samplers in here than that, but there were 4 of them in particular that I liked. So I got that. And here's some more of the Country Crafts. Now I got this one because it has several stockings in it. I'm not necessarily going to do the one on the front though, because I don't know any babies. I don't know anyone having a baby. But there is a cool one in there of a fisherman, and it looks like he's under a Christmas tree. It looks like opening a gift of a fishing rod. So it's really cute. I got this one, the Stony Creek Cross Stitch Collection. March, April of 1995, Volume 7, Number 2. There are several projects in here, but I got it because of that little scene right there. Actually, that's a good size piece when you get done with it. And I got it because of that. I'm definitely, at some point, that's going to be in my queue. And then this one, I think, looks like it was probably an insert in a magazine or a needlework book or something. And she charged me, I thought 50 cents, but I went back and looked at my receipt this morning, and it was 10 cents she charged me for it. And for some reason, I thought all of them were in there, but the one I really got it for, this one wasn't in it. But nonetheless, all of these are cute. See, this one's a little needle keep. And then they made a pin cushion out of that one, which I probably would make a pillow. But plus, I have no idea how to do that beautiful crochet like that. I have no idea. They made an ornament, but so I don't know. I probably will make little heart-shaped pillows. But and then one more Cross Stitch and Country Crafts. Just look at that. Just look at that. And there's multiples inside of that one as well. But I got it primarily because of that one on the cover. And then also, while I was at, these were all, by the way, gotten from the Amarillo Women's Shelters thrift shop here in Amarillo. And you can contribute to the Women's Shelter shop, thrift shop, by going online. Just Google Amarillo Women's Shelter donations. And there's a way to do that, and they really could use them. And so I try to shop at their thrift store as much as possible. But this one here, it's Holiday Cross Stitch. It's from 1990. Holidays in Cross Stitch. And I'm not going to go through all of them, but just to tell you, there's picture frames in here, and then there's just beautiful, some from very simple pieces like that. And that's for Father's Day, so that's a gift for a father. Then there's some patriotic stitches in here. Just you name it, each holiday has got them. And some of them I liked, some of them I didn't. There's some gorgeous Christmas ones in here. So anyway, that is one that I got. Now these other things I got off of thriftbooks.com. Abundance. If you are looking for books, and you like to buy used books, and I do, I'm on a fixed income, like to buy fixed books. I like to buy thrifted books. They've all gone way up in price. So if you have books, don't just throw them out. I'm telling you, if you go online and sell them, you can sell them. I do that with books that once I get through with these, I will, with one book, I'll probably go through it one book at a time and do whatever patterns that I feel like. But, and then once I get done with it, and I know that I don't want to do any more patterns out of it or whatever I end up doing, I will, I've got the hiccups, everybody. I'm so sorry. I will sell them. I usually do Marketplace, but I mean, you could set up an eBay account. I also have an Etsy store where I sell them. But one I really liked, and it's kind of hard to see on this, is this Christmas one. Look at that. And this is a faith-based book. It's called Heavenly Cross Stitch, and it's written by Marie Barber, Barber, Sterling Publishing Company out of New York, and it doesn't have an ISBN on it, so I can't give you that. 1998. So I don't remember when the ISBNs came out, but probably not 1998, because we weren't scanning at the grocery store yet, you know, all that stuff. So there we go. I mean, it had started, and people were just starting kind of to get into home computing at that time. Now, I have another Better Homes and Gardens, a cross stitch Christmas, and I like some of the Better Homes and Gardens cross stitch books. So whenever I find them, I pick them up. And these I probably won't sell, just because I think there's going to be too many in there that I'm going to like. So these will probably be in my collection when my nieces and nephews, I don't have any children, so when my nieces and nephews have to go through all my belongings. Here's another Better Homes and Gardens, another cross-stitch Christmas, Timeless Treasures. So, and here is this one. They always have beautiful Santas. That's, I think, the primary reason. And this one is a Leisure Arts publication, and I also grab these up when I can find them. And this one's Once Upon a Christmas Time. And this one shows antiques on the front, but there are some beautiful cross stitches in here. So let's see if I can find a nice one to show you. Like, look at this Santa. There's a whole collection of Santas in here. He's just gorgeous. Anyway, like I say, it's really pretty. There's one of Santa and the reindeer and the sleigh and all of that. And then I have another faith-based one. It's called Let Us Pray. And this is another Leisure Arts book. And I like this one. This is what attracts me to this book, because I actually really like this on the front. So, and there's a lot in there as well. I say now, that is all of the books that I got used. Now I'm going to show you, and I know that this is a lot to ask you to put up with, but I want to show you so that you understand that if you go shopping, you can find some neat things. Now I like to do hand stitching and slow stitching, and I like to use these Martha's transfers. And so, because I like the old-fashioned looking things. There's one in here that I don't care for, but it was part of this bundle. So you can see this one, it's their aprons, dish towels, tea towels for the kitchen, that type of thing. Then this one is the one that I like what it says, I just don't care for the styling of it. There we go. And then this one, I really like this one. And even if they're not all ironing off anymore, I'll still be able to copy them because I have an Aunt Martha's pencil and tracing paper set. So there we go. And then this one. And that's all of them. Okay. Now, I don't know, I've got a whole bunch of fabric in a bundle at the Women's Shelter Thrift Shop for $16. They have them at different price points depending on what all is in them and how much is in there. And this one has some pretty good sized bundles in it. I don't know how much this is, but it had muslin. This is a pretty good sized bundle of some music background, which I'll probably tea dye. Here's 2 more pieces. There's more of this in there, so when I come across that, I won't make you look at it twice. Some of these there are multiple pieces. Here's this. And I'm planning on using some of this as liners for project bags. Others, I'm not certain what I'll do with them yet, but this one is barbed wire fencing. I guess you could have some projects though where you use that. See, this would make some good lining, and it's enough lining for a project bag. More muslin. Let's see here. And some of the this would make this is for slow stitching. For you slow stitchers out there, this is a very useful piece in slow stitching. There's just some plain black. Then this is, I use this fabric for all kinds of things. I have it in various different colors. Just see the thing, it's got something, enough of a print, but it works really well for collage quilting. I love collage quilting. This actually, believe it or not, works well for collage quilting. You don't cut out the exact pieces. You could, but you know, it's because of all the swirls in it, it can do some interesting things. This isn't big enough for a project bag lining, but I bet I find something for it. But there's up to a yard of some of this stuff. This is that real popular black grunge quilting fabric. Most of this is quilting fabric. And most of it's quality as well. Some of it is more Joann's quality, that kind of thing. This is pretty. Which Joann still made cute quilts, but I guess what I'm saying is their fabric, you know, was a little bit lesser quality. Then this is pretty. See, it's got a little print. I think that's a fat quarter. Then it had these, I call them faux quilt blocks. I think there's a set of 6 here that was in it. And if you hand stitch around it, what I think I'm going to make is like a table runner or a dresser scarf with them. And you just sew in here, and they actually can end up looking like you quilted them. You made a homemade quilt with them. So let's see here. Get both stacks of them and put those over there. Came with a bunch of this bright yellow leopard. I don't know exactly what I'll do with that. I'm sure I'll find something. It's not anything that would be up my alley. See, here's another good sized piece of it. And there's a lot of this in here too. There's several, at least half-yard pieces of this in here. And I do like this. Totally see this on a project bag. Really pretty. And I love this kind of stuff. It could be a project bag, but also for collage quilting. This is a scrap, but can't really tell if that's blue, a really, really dark navy. I know it's not going to show up on the camera that well. This one, I don't know. I don't care for it that much. It's so huge of a print, but I bet you I find some sort of use for it because there's a lot of it. This is perfect for collage quilting because of all the swirls in it. cool? A number of uses for this. You guys have all, who quilt, have all seen this. This is the grunge kind of in the red. It's a bright Christmassy red. Just a little piece of, see, there's enough here for sure to either use on a project bag or to line a project bag. More of that same turquoise. This is really cool for finishing out things. Little pillows that you want to look antique. It looks like an antique, kind of a micro gingham. I just really like it. I can imagine what it'd look like if I tea-dyed it just a little bit. It would look antique. A couple of scraps, some kind of maroon fabric. This is really heavily starched, kind of inexpensive fabric. Don't know what I would do with that. You guys have already seen that. Could use this as trim on a Christmas finish or in a project bag. This is the one that I told you about, that one of the ones that I've already shown you. And I've already shown you all of this. There's like a bunch of this. So that was all $16. And I'm going to get a lot of mileage out of that $16. I can tell you. So highly suggest that y'all, if you have, and that's our only shop here in town that still sells any kind of craft or things, and they don't have, even they don't have as much as they used to. Excuse me while I put these down. Okay. Now some of these are recent purchases. I did not get them in this purchase. And I can't remember if I showed them or not. So you may be seeing them, one of them, and only one of them. But this is something I got for a giveaway. Those of you that love French General and have some French General scraps in your stash, especially you slow stitchers. This is going to be a slow stitch giveaway at some point on the channel when we reach a certain amount of subscribers, that type of deal. And it's a little panel. You can hang it on the wall, and it's got little pockets for you to put little things in. See, this person has put little labels on it. This say buttons, applique, floss, ribbons. So, but anyway, it's really cute. I thought it was pretty. And that is going to end up being a giveaway for the channel. This is a collage quilt pattern. It's actually a foundation. She does different types of patterns. This one includes a foundation pattern, and I can't show you the back because it's got a picture of the actual pattern on it. But basically, you do, if you've ever gone through collagequilter.com with Emily there, and done, Emily Taylor is her name, the designer's name, and done any of her projects, you know, you use small bits of fabric, and then then you put them all down on a panel. And then when you're done, you thread paint it on your machine, sewing machine. And it's a quilt, but it's a wall hanging quilt. Just gorgeous. And this one my sister had picked, my niece had picked out to have done for her. So that I got that for her. I'm collecting all of the Lori Holt hometown neighborhood cross-stitch samplers. I plan on doing the applique quilt is part of my quilting plans for 2026. And I also love the kind of the simplicity of her of the samplers that she made. They're pretty much just like the blocks on the quilt. So I thought it'd be fun to do the samplers as well. Now this is Evertote is going to have a September stitch along, and this is their stitch along right here, and it's called it's the Jane Woods 1853. It's by Maximum Cross Stitch. Our designs go to 11, it says. But it's a Jane Wood 1853 sampler. It's a reproduction sampler, and then they created a pincushion. It's a rather large pincushion because this piece is huge when you get done with it. So, and that even shows the original that they took it from. a picture of it. So anyway, this is their stitch along for September. Now I have not got this kitted out yet. I just love the front yard in it because I'm not going to be doing the stitch along with them. Now they're doing it in silks. I have not decided if I'm going to do them in silks or not. Not tried silks yet, and I'm a little bit afraid of them. So we'll see. Now this is another one. This is from the Scarlet Letter. The Scarlet Letter, and this the Jane Atkinson, circa 1780. And you can tell a little girl did it, but can you imagine a child drawing all those flowers? Now, I mean, if you look at the Adam and Eve real close, you can tell a child drew the Adam and Eve. Human bodies are so difficult. So you can tell did the Adam and Eve part. But anyway, it's a beautiful sampler. And I haven't decided when I'm going to do these two yet. But I'll at some point here in the next, probably by Christmas, have them into my queue of whips. This is a quilt book by Lori Holt, and I got this several months ago, but I'd never shown it off. And it's got, those of you who have done Lori Holt quilt books before know what you, I have to be careful opening it because there's like a pattern on every page. But let's go to the back. Like, you know, she's got different things in here, and you can create your own, you can follow her instructions for however she quilted them, or you can actually take these different things and make your own compositions with them and create your own quilts. It's kind of cool. So, and I have several of her other books, and I really enjoy them. Okay, so that I ordered from, I don't remember if I ordered that. I think that was an order a few months ago from Fat Quarter Shop. Now this is another thing I got. It's just a piece of Aida cloth. I still have some Christmas decorations that I want to do out of last season's just cross-stitching Christmas special, the 2024 one, and they're using white Aida cloth on it. And so it's marked 96 cents, but I paid 45 cents for it. So when I was in Hobby Lobby, I was over in the yarn section and saw that they had these books, and they're project in progress books where you can go in, and it has these sections, one where you write all about your project. You can even put a picture. I don't know if you put a picture, you're supposed to put a picture of what your pattern shows it to look like or what it looked like when you got finished. You could do both possibly, because it gives you, for each project, you're going to get a page like this, and then you're going to get another 2 pages like this. So chances are you could put what it looks like and then put your project down. And it doesn't give a number there, so I don't know exactly how many projects are in the book, but I'm thinking about going back and getting another one, because I have quilt projects and I also have slow stitch projects going. So, and these were for something at Hobby Lobby. Now I ordered this. I'm going to be doing, you know, our 250th anniversary of our country is coming up, and that will be celebrated July the 4th of 2026. I remember I graduated high school in 1976, and that was the 200th anniversary of our country, and our graduation was in red, white, and blue. So our high school graduation, so I thought that was interesting. But I'm going to have a year where I always have something patriotic being stitched, and then a second patriotic piece going that is bigger, and I'll talk about that further in a minute, that is bigger as a grand finale that I plan on finishing on July the 4th. So, but anyway, I really fell in love with, this was from Creative Whims, but it's Teresa Kogut's book, and it's called Hello America. And you can see here is the, this is the main sampler that's in here. But here's the first one. I have to be careful so I don't show you the patterns, but I will tell you the patterns are all graphed all in color. Very, very easy to see. And then she's got really cute little pieces of artwork in here, see? All in Teresa's style of the I Sing. Isn't that pretty? Oh, this one's bigger. Now here's another one. Let me turn this around so you can't see that pattern. Okay. And there's another one here. This land was made for you and me. Okay. Got to be real careful so I don't add accidentally. And this one's called Folksy Patriots. That piece of artwork I can't show you because it would show too much of her pattern, but it wasn't anything to sew in the book anyway. And here's another sampler that's in here, Old Glory. Mr. and Mrs. Old Glory. It's really cute. And then here's the main 1776 sampler. Just really good price. I think it was $30 for all of those patterns. And I have the very first one and all kitted out. I'm going to do it on Vintage Country Mocha, and the first one being the first one in the book. I'm just going to take them by the order they are in the book. Being this one. And I think I have the threads already in my stash. We shall see. And I'm going to do it in Vintage Country Mocha 36 count Edinburgh linen by Zweigart. I'm going to do it on that one. That's the first one. And then I'll kit out the others as I go. If I can hold on. All right, no wonder, Jackie. Okay. Sometimes I'm my own worst enemy. Okay. Now, you may or may not have seen this one. I've got it all kitted out. This was the Queen of May from Hands Across the Sea. And I got it knowing I wouldn't be doing it in May. But it's Elizabeth Stevenson, 1854. And she is the 2025 Queen of May for Hands Across the Sea. And this is quite a large piece when you get done with it. Quite large. I've got the fabric and the thread. And I know it's sacrilege to do this in DMC, but I'm going to do it in DMC. There are several people on the group doing it. I have it kitted out in the DMC colors in the pattern. They really recommend you use a silk, 100.3 silk, or to do the Soie d'Alger as well. And they have a chart on the back for all of those. But I'm on a tight budget. I'm scared to death of messing up the silk, and I don't really understand. Anyway, I'm intimidated by it. We'll just leave it that way. And it's 5 times the price. And if you can imagine, this took I don't know how many different colors, as you can see, and different packs of thread. But I can imagine at $5 a skein for the 100.3, which is, I think, about what that runs for, how much this is going to cost. I just can't, it's just not anything for me in the present time. Now this piece is kind of, I'm barely going to get it fit on here. It's smaller than the recommended by several inches, but I don't think I need a full 3 inches to frame. I've framed linens before, and if I do, I can simply sew on something that's going to be on the back and not visible anyway. Because of the increased cost, that's how much the fabric went up. But I ended up having another piece of Vintage Country Mocha. This one's in 40 count, It will be my very first time doing 40 count. The most I've done so far is 32. And I didn't find it that hard, other than I got a dark fabric, and that has made that hard. Anyway, so Vintage Country Mocha, and this is Newcastle linen from Zweigart. So I'm going to do it on that. And the other nice, cool thing about this pattern is if you're a member of the it's called Friends of Hands Across the Sea. And she welcomes new members there, but she's always having free giveaways of patterns. Every once in a while, just a small one, and it'll show. And then there'll be something free given to you. She'll have specials every once in a while on her website, where if you're friends across the sea, she'll give you an exclusive link, and you'll get something free. Like there's one now where you're actually going to get 2 patterns. And if you buy, 2 samplers. It's a special of a brand new one she's just got out, and it's actually a set of samplers done by the same stitcher, in antique times, and so with this one, and we got for free, was these panels to make a project bag. And there's this bigger one, and then there's this smaller one, and they're of the piece that we're working on. And I don't think these are available on her site. I think she did for a while have a limited amount of them for sale, and but I don't think they're available anymore. But we got that, and I think this one anyway came with a project card. And the neat thing, you write all about your project. It shows what it is, and then on the back it gives your threads. Handy to have with you while you're stitching. And then another neat thing that came with the order was it's not a card to me. It's a card I can use as I give somebody a gift or want to send them a kind note. So the inside of it is blank, and it's one of her vintage samplers. Isn't that cool? I just thought that was really, really nice. And all that came with it. And I did buy my fabric, my Vintage Country Mocha, and the thread I ordered, and Fat Quarter Shop picked them out, because up here you're liable to find half of it and none of the rest. So I got that. I also bought an extra piece of this. This is from Lori Holt. It's actually Zweigart's number 899. If you aren't buying it from branded by Lori Holt, it's the exact same. But anyway, I'm doing a series of one, which I already got the summer one finished. It's one of those where you're making a small piece, and they have one for summer, winter, fall, spring. And so I've done the summer one. I need to get the other ones, and over the next year, through the end of spring, I'll try to get the other 4 done. And I believe that I can get, I'm assuming the others are the same size, but I'm going to get 2 of them on the piece that I have, and this will enable me to do the other 2. So this is a 25 count even weave. You can see it's got those tiny little specks in it, and it's called Parchment. Now, there is no place here in town. There's not a stitch shop. There is one shop that I think she was aspiring to also have a lot of cross stitch in her, she was trying to cover anything that had to do with stitching and fabrics. And I think, her space is just, there's only so much space. And most of her clients are quilters. And so it looks like to me she's phasing out her fabrics. But really she never had like the Laguna or anything like that. She carried, because her shop kind of has a theme. I don't know how to word it. But what she carried was this. There's no brand name on it. I bet you it's been done by a local dyer or someone who it's a hand-done linen. And it's not a Zweigart, because it doesn't have Zweigart's typical selvage. And they're fat quarters is what they are. And it's a very kind of rough linen, if you look at it. Thick linen. See it? She told me it's 40 count. I don't know. We'll see when it goes. It's not labeled with anything. It's not labeled with a color, nothing. No brand, nothing. And anyway, this color to me looks like it's kind of a where you put syrup in your chocolate milk and you stirred it in, but you didn't quite get it in all the way. That's what this color looks like to me. I went ahead and picked up a couple of pieces of it, but I don't know if I'm advanced enough to cross stitch on something that irregular of a weave, is the thing about it. And now this one, there was an indication on my receipt from the store, because this one did have a color on the receipt, and it's called it oatmeal. What it looks to me like, those of you who do junk journaling or do any kind of dyeing with plants, when you dye with an avocado, say you boiled your avocado seeds and the peel and everything in water, and then you strain it really well and all that, what you end up with is a pink dye, strangely enough. Boiling it changes the chemistry of the and the water turns out pink, and you end up with this beautiful pink stuff to dip your fabric in and your paper. I've done a lot of paper that way, and this looks like something that I tea or coffee dyed real lightly, and then I dipped into that pink. So I don't know if that makes sense to you or not, but that's what it looks like to me. And it said on the thing oatmeal. Yeah. So where that pink color comes in the oatmeal, I don't know. Now this is just a DMC linen, and it is oh, that's not the right one. Okay, here it is. I took them out because I don't have room to store all those tubes they come in. And it is a 28 count linen from DMC Charles Craft, and it's tea dyed, so you can see that. And this is 20 by 24 inches. And then in their clearance bin, I don't remember how much I paid for it, but it wasn't very much. It's a piece of DMC Charles Craft Aida, 16 count, 15 by 18 inches, and this color is Naturel. Naturel. All right. And then this was an off-brand of, and it's a huge, huge piece. Not quite sure. There are some very large pieces. There's one I want to get started before Christmas. Oh, here's the thing. It's called Loops and Threads. But it's an off-brand, a store brand, I think, at Hobby Lobby. I got it. I think I got this at Hobby Lobby. I'm not positive. Either Hobby Lobby or Michael's. Had to be one of those two places. But it's a 29.5 inch by 36 inch piece of 18 count, and the color is oatmeal. And it's, you know, it's a stiffer one. It's a less expensive one, but I think I'll be able to use that, and so I decided to go ahead and invest in that. Now this was also in the bargain bin at Hobby Lobby, and these normally run in the mid $20 range, like $25, and it was marked down to $2. And this is wool, 100% wool. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12 skeins of tapestry wool in there, and I use that when I do my slow stitching, and you know, and sometimes I do some crewel type work as part of my slow stitching. And I don't know why it was in there. There's nothing wrong with it. The girl there told me that sometimes if they get their shelf down to where there's just one item, and they're either not getting any in right away, or maybe they haven't been selling a lot of that color. I can't imagine you wouldn't sell some white. But anyway, she said that then they will put it in the clearance section. So this was in the clearance section at Hobby Lobby, and it was $2. Yeah, kind of amazing. Then I ordered from the Fat Quarter Shop, and everything in here, some of it, you know, it's going to be mixed up. And also each item, I'll just say where I got it. And those of you who are quilters and do like Lori Holt stuff, you'll see. You put these on, you put a stack of, say, triangles, and they're your F stack. And there's both numbers and letters. So I'm going to see if this is enough or if I need to order for a big quilt, because I've got several big quilts. Or if that'll be... Another thing is I want to do a slow stitch bedspread, and you need a base. And I was looking at the fabric. Well, this was much, much less. This is a tablecloth. And I don't remember how big it is, but this is it was fine, good size for a double-sized bed. And not as a blanket, you know, that goes all the way and hangs way down, but as a, you know, a topper for your, over your blankets or whatever, or over a bedspread. It was 106 by 70, something like that. I don't really remember, but it's all hemmed. It's got this edge here on it. And then I could do I want to do a slow stitch hand done quilt, and I want to use this as my base and sew everything on it, and then I will hand quilt it to my backing and my batting. And this ended up, this was marked at $11, and then it was 40% off of that. So that was less than my buying that much fabric. See? So, and they also had the napkins, and I don't remember what the original price was on the napkins, but they were also marked at 40% off. Came in a set of 4. I didn't think I needed to get a second set. I'm not, and then I'm going to do like I'm going to do some kind of either hand embroidery or slow stitch on these as well. Pretty. Okay. Very inexpensive. All right. So those are over there. And then I don't remember if this was at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. By the way, Hobby Lobby has greatly upped their game on their fabrics since Joann closed down. It's not quite as big as their fabric store used to be. Our Hobby Lobby here had gone down. It was just this tiny little corner, and they mainly just had fleece, a few other things, and then panels. You know, that's it. And then they had a whole section over there of pre-cuts, like a lot. They had gotten to the point where they had quite a bit of pre-cuts. And now they were craft quality pre-cuts, but they work really well for doing project bags, things like that, and crafting. I would not put them in a quilt, and I would not put them in my clothing. But anyway, I did use them for certain crafting things. Well, they were down to almost no pre-cuts, and they were just had one end of an aisle. You know how they put shelving on the end of an aisle? That's all there was in the pre-cuts. And even then, there wasn't much left. But anyway, I did manage to get a few, and I'm glad they still had the one I was looking for, because, anyway, I'll explain it. But I went over and they had this one stack, and I actually kind of think this was at Michael's, of pre-cuts, and it said embroidery fabric. And I thought, I don't ever buy fabric for embroidery, and it's not cross-stitch fabric. Yeah, so, I mean, it would be difficult. You could cross-stitch regular non-counted cross-stitch, but you couldn't do counted cross-stitch on this. So I thought, well, I wonder what, and it reminds me of if you've ever bought any of the, I call them practice sets, that they sell on Amazon. They're, up until about a couple months ago, they were really cheap. Now the prices have gone up on them. But, they come with this fabric and pre-printed, and you practice and learn your stitches on them. That's what this reminds me of. And I am doing, and this was marked down as well. I think I got this whole stack of them for like $3. And I'm doing some stitch books to practice my stitching in. 2025 was supposed to be my year of improving my stitching. And I ended up primarily doing cross stitching. So I didn't get that done, but this fabric will work well in making those books. So anyway, I had a white and a cream, a gray and a black, and a kind of a beige khaki, I guess you'd call it. And I thought I'll be able to use those in that for that price. And then back to Hobby Lobby, to their remnant section. Pretty good sized pieces. This was $2, and it is and I thought in the least I'll be able to make tote bags out of these. In the least, yeah, because they're like a canvas. They're just a pretty good size. They're kind of a green, and they all match, by the way, all three of these that I got. They're all matched, so it makes me think somebody bought them down, and yeah. And the green is kind of like not as dark as a forest green or a pine green, but that's the closest thing I can equate it to. And then one of the others, once again, a good sized piece, and it's a canvas of sorts. But like I said, I think these would make good tote bags. And there's that. And that one these were all close to $1, I think, somewhere in that range. And this one has more fabric with it, so I think this one was close to $2. And it's in that same color range. It's just a plaid, but once again, canvas. So I'll say I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them, but in the least, they would make tote bags. Now this is not, this thing here was not, it's in my box here, but this is not anything that I hauled from anywhere. I got this as a gift for my birthday, and it's a illustrating Bible. So, and I like to do artwork in my Bible, and I have a special Bible that was made for that. And this one, they know I'm about to do some traveling, and they thought I might like one that was more compact. I'll probably take both of them, to be honest with you, because I'll have them both full. But anyway, I love this. So, and it has pages with things already done in it, and some pages that there's room for you to do your own in the margin, and there's room here to make notes if you want to. So anyway, so that was a really nice gift. Thank you, Donna and Dwayne. Now I went up to my local shop that I frequent. I like the ladies there, and I go there, and got some fabrics and a panel. I think this is all of it. Let me show you the panel first, and then I'm going to show you, first let me show you what I'm going to use the panel for. This is some fusible foam stabilizer, and I'm going to use that to make this bag. But this is the bag, and it's a big bag. You can see this, how much this foam was cut to make that bag, and this foam piece measures 54 inches by 58 inches. Kind of hoping that I'll have some of that left over for another project, because I like to use Anti-Soft and Stable for project bags or anything like that. So it's like that, only it's fusible, and this pattern called for fusible. So, and I'm going to make it. I saw this bag made with panels as the main sides, and then they used other things for the underneath and the smaller sides. And I thought this would make a cute bag. Let me start with this side first, because I like this side the best. See if I can get it far enough away on here where you can really see it. Okay, so that will be one side. And then this thing came with two panels. And then this will be the other side. It's going to be really cute, I think. See? This was printed. It's Riley Blake Designs. Sewing Seeds number 3 by Wecker Frisch. And I just thought that would make that bag. That's really cute. So I got that. And a project I'm going to make. And then I was looking for French General fabric to make bags out of. Project bags. And I asked them, do you have any French General? And she said, oh, very, very little of it. Well, I found it scattered throughout the shop. And I'm going to show you what all I got. And you recognize French General. See this trim here on the selvage? It's really pretty. But I'm going to make project bags out of these. These are all fat quarters. And that's all she had. Well, she had some that she cut, and I did have her cut me a piece. But by and large, what she had were fat quarters. And this one, and you'll see that they're all French General. This one says French General, but they'll all have this edging on it, whether they were cut from an area where the words French General were or not. And here's this. She knew that she had some French General, but I got in there and I found she had a lot more. In other areas of the shop, she had a lot more French General than she thought. They were just somewhere else in the shop. Okay. Then here's some more. I love French General. And you can see there's the thing. Pretty. And some of these are just the same print you're going to see, but done in different colors. Turn this over where it's folded right side up. And once again, you'll see the edging, French General. I'm saying that because someone told me those aren't French General. Yep, they are. More French General. See this without my unfolding it all the way. These are all fat quarters, which I can never get them folded back to the way that they had them in the store. This is French General. It's from the Sacre Bleu collection. This one, here you go. It's got birds on it. Let me turn it right side up. Really pretty. And these are all for project bags. Little tulips. She cut this one for me because I saw it up there and I didn't see any fat quarters in it, so she came and cut it. And you'll recognize it. It's just a different color. I love the background. French General. And these are project bags, and those will be easy to work on in the van. And then I loved this one. I'm thinking about going back and seeing if she has any more of this. She's literally the only place in town that I think has French General. There's the little, yep. I don't know why I have taken to where I just love the prints for the French General. It's just gorgeous. Now, this particular one is just a piece of kind of a hot pink. It's in that grunge fabric that everybody loves. I can't remember who makes it. The selvage is pretty much gone on this piece. This is at least a fat quarter, and this was in the remnant section at Hobby Lobby. So now also, while I was at the Knotted Thread, by the way, here in Amarillo is where I got all the French General, and she has an online store, and you can go on there. It's the Knotted Thread. The word knotted is spelled Knotted thread, theknottedthread.com, and it's in Amarillo, Texas. So you can Google the name of the store, Amarillo, the Knotted Thread, also to get a link. If I remember, I'll try to put a link down below to her store. Now, I've been looking for something that closed. I thought about just doing a simple slow stitch tray to put beside me, but I decided since I'm going to be traveling the van, I'd like something that closed either by Velcro, a magnet, or whatever. And when I was in the knotted thread, I saw this little pattern. And it's just a little sewing box. It's got you end up with a little built-in pin cushion inside and a place to put stuff. And this is perfect because what I would put in there are my needles as I'm sewing, my little embroidery scissors, and maybe my, a threader and things like that. It wouldn't be my main sewing box. Just for the little stuff I want to have right beside me. And I just get tired of them constantly sliding off or whatever. So got that, and it came with the little the pattern. And main reason is I got it is because it came with this the piece to make it shut. So anyway, so I got that. I wanted to get a I've got some more French General in there, by the way. I wanted to get a rotary cutter, and I've been hearing I needed a 60 millimeter. I prefer them. I think it cuts through the fabric much better, etc. I seem to be able to get better leverage with it, the 60 millimeter. And this one has got ball bearings in it, and that's the main reason that people are just talking about it. And they're saying that if you have any kind of arthritis, the ball bearings just make rotary cutting so much easier. So you can see it's still in the package. I haven't taken it out, but that's what that is. And I got that at the Knotted Thread. Okay, this all came from Michaels, and it is just it's a yard of just cotton that has farm animals, and it's on a charcoal colored. I have something specific in mind for that. Now, I had a piece like this already. You can see I've got two pieces here. And they're Highland cows. And someone saw it and asked me if I would make them a Highland cow project bag. And I bought one of the fat quarters, and I decided it would look better if both the front and the back of the bag were made from the Highland cow. So I went back and got another one. And those were from Hobby Lobby. This was from Hobby Lobby, and it's just herbs and different things, and it was fat quarter. This is some grunge, and this is all from Hobby Lobby, and I got two pieces of that. I thought it matched that French blue. Excuse me. Possible lining. And these pieces came from Hobby Lobby. This could also match some of that French blue. This is this is a kind of a warm red, an orangish red grunge. And then over that, they have got this gold, kind of gold pattern. And that is going to go in my collage fabrics. Then I have this. I'm not certain what I'm going to do with it, but any number of things. And these are all different things I got to line projects bags with. And I got these from Hobby Lobby. Fat quarters. This I ordered from collagequilter.com. I just now became a member of her bundle of the month, she calls it. What it is if you ever done collage quilting, there's certain types of fabrics that work well for it, certain types of fabrics that don't work well for collage quilting. And she has a whole shop of fabrics that she has curated for collage quilting. Some of them are her own, because she also designs other types of quilts. So every once in a while there's some other fabrics thrown in there. But by and large, most of her fabric is curated for collage quilting. And so she also sells bundles on her website. They're bigger bundles than this, but they are curated so that you can get your color stash built up for collage quilting. And now she started this bundle of the month, so it's a smaller bundle than the big ones that you order off of her site. But they're themed. And they started out, they were $14, I believe, per month. and I didn't join at that time. I needed to wait for my payday. And so I went on, and they'd gone up to $17 a month. But it is still a good buy. And this is the August one, which they sent to me right away. As soon as I joined, within a few days, the first one was in my box, my mailbox. So it's August, and this one is, the theme is August heat. Excuse me. Sun-drenched cotton candy sunsets and lazy warmth. And so basically, she sells her fabrics. They're length of bolt, but she sells them in these, I guess, what is this, 4-inch strips, 4-inch pieces. They're the length of the fabric. I'll show you. But they're all specially curated by Emily for collage quilting. And they help you build your stash up so that you have the colors that you need when you go to do collage quilting. And so I went ahead and became a member. And so this is my first one, my first stack. And so you can kind of see there's a variety of colors. Now the ones that you buy on her site, the bundles they're not part of the bundle of the month, they're just bundles, color bundles. They're colors in a certain color family. Because when you buy a bundle, you're working on that color family for your stash. And so these are for your stash, but you get a variety, as you can see, of colors in here that match the theme, August heat. So this is that. And that will go into my collage quilting stash. Now, these are fabrics from, they're not French General, by the way. These are fabrics from Fat Quarter Shop. This is a pattern, and I bought, these all have to do with, it's also the same time that it's going to be the 250th birthday of our country. It's also going to be the 250th birthday of, I'm having a brain thing, Jane Austen. And this fabric manufacturer, Riley Blake Designs, has come up with a fabric line. And these are all from that fabric line, okay? And some of them I have a half yard of, some of them I bought a yard of. This one, there's a yard. And that's another thing. I'm going to make myself a couple of project bags. And then I may make some others to go on my website, on my Etsy shop, but which is empty right now, or I would tell you about it. I just haven't used it in a long time, and I want to get it supplied and get some things going in there. But anyway, these, I'm going to have two big samplers for Jane Austen, but then I also want to have something going for Jane Austen all the time from now until her birthday in 2026. So I have ordered, I do have it actually. It's a PDF that I got offline, the first sampler that I'm going to do, and I will pin the picture of that to the end of the of this haul video. Because it's a PDF file. So I will have the picture of that and another PDF file I'm going to tell you about in a minute at the end of the, and a couple of others that I obtained. I don't remember, there's 3 or 4, but they'll be, they're cross-stitch patterns that I'm going to attach to the end of this video. But anyway, so I got a yard of this, and I don't know where they'll be in the project bags yet. But that's what these are for, is to make project bags, and who knows what else. This one, okay, pretty. This one, very similar to the French General, isn't it? Then there is this one, and they had more styles. I got these from Fat Quarter Shop. They're done by Moda, and you can see this one, what it looks like. It's kind of a brownish beige neutral. And then I bought a full yard of this, and I might go order more of this. It's just too cute, especially since it's all about cross stitch for me in this realm right now. I'm thinking I'm also going to do a quilt next year, but a Jane Austen quilt. But look at that. I may get the blocks done, but I won't have the quilt finished next year. But I may work and get all the blocks done so that I can say that I did it on the year of her birthday. And then it looks a little bit different. The fabric is not, it goes a long way before it's repeated. See that? So anyway, definitely the outside of project bags for this. So I'll be making at least one for myself out of this. And then I'm thinking I'm going to end up with one on my Etsy shop too. We'll see how far that fabric goes. So other than the snapshots you're about to see of the things that I got on a PDF file, that is my haul, and using all of my gift cards. The thrift shop, of course, was not a gift card, and the Teresa Kogut pattern was not a gift card. I purchased that one. Everything else has been gotten through gift cards. So either Visa cards, or some of them were Amazon, and some of them were Michael's, and some of them were Hobby Lobby. So and so all of the rest of it was with gift cards. If I had enough to get bigger amounts of those fabrics I just showed you, I would have done that, but I didn't. But I'm thinking here next month I'm going to go back, and hopefully they'll have some more of it and get some more, because I think I want to make more than just a couple project bags for me. I think I also want to put some stuff on my Etsy shop. So anyway, that is everything for right now, other than the patterns. Now the one that you're going to see that's of the White House, it's quite a big piece when it's finished, and it's of the White House. I told you I'm going to have a Jane Austen, and I need to pick out the second big sampler that I'm going to do. And then I've got a book of smalls that it's not new, or I would have had it in this haul, but I'm going to make some things slow stitch some things out of that, so that I always have something Jane Austen going throughout between now and her birthday in 2026. I just need to figure out when the birthday is, and I don't know which one of these samplers is going to be my grand finale for the Jane Austen birthday. In other words, whichever one's the grand finale, I need to try to finish that on her birthday. Hopefully her birthday is not like the 1st of January or something like that, where it has to be finished right away, because that probably wouldn't happen. But anyway, hopefully it's a little bit later in the year. And then there's the the patriotic one that I need to have done by July 4th. And that's going to be the one that's the picture of the White House with the fireworks going being over the top of it. And I'll tell you more about that one. I haven't ordered the fabric for it or kitted it out or anything. And I have ordered the pattern. It's just not here yet. But I'm going to go ahead and include it in this haul because it's already ordered. And I have a couple of things that I'll have in the haul for next month for you. But other than that, I'm probably pretty much done for the year. I do have some things that are going to need kitted out. So I guess I will have some more hauls for you, but just not for the month of August, and possibly not for September. That would be closer to October. So probably my next haul video will be in October, because this one was huge. But when you get birthday cards, I thought I should spend the gift cards on something practical. I did get myself a new printer so I could print out my patterns. Mine broke. And I got a bargain one, but I found at HSN one that is like the Echo Tank, only it's the Hewlett-Packard version of that. And I'm a little bit wary of it because it was such a low price. But it came on 5 easy payments, so I could afford to get that. So it's a Hewlett-Packard. It's small. I'm going to be able to take it in the camper with me. Is one of the big reasons it appealed to me. Plus, I could get it on the 5 easy pays, and for not very much money every month, I won't even really notice it disappearing. So and it came. So I'm going to be able to get some more of my patterns printed up. But the reason I like to print up my patterns, even though, okay, they take up a lot less space, is can't really get them onto a thumb drive or anything, because I need to get a new computer. I need to get a new laptop. And then I would put them all on thumb drive, because right now my phone memory is getting full from having so many PDFs of patterns on there. So some of them I'm going to feel comfortable printing off and then just deleting them, but others not. I'm going to want to put those in a book or something, and then save them. So I bought some page covers. My plan is to put each pattern in a page cover and try to preserve them that way. And yep, they take up a lot more room, but I won't lose them. For some reason, I keep up with the actual paper pattern books. I lose PDFs, and I seem to break computers. They don't last me maybe a couple years. To me, when you pay that much for something, it needs to be lasting you, especially these Apple phones. These phones aggravate the dickens out of me, how they go out like this. This one's 2 years old, I think, and is just giving me grief. Anyway, so I will be getting a new phone soon. But anyway, so I hope to see you guys next time. And once again, come back. The visuals are going to improve quite a bit. I was going to be decorating this room, but with the changes that I'm having, where I'm going to be gone for about 3 years, and then when I come back, I think I'm actually going to be going into an apartment, or if I can find a small condo or house in my price range. We'll see what's available in my price range at that time. I will be moving out of here, so I just have decided I'm not going to be here often enough to worry about the decorating. And when I'm here, I'm probably going to be busy sewing at my machine. So, because this is my home base for 3 more years anyway. So, maybe 4 if my body and brain allows me to keep traveling that long. I may do that. I love it. So, I'm going to take my motorcycle on the back on a trailer, and off I'm going to go with my 2 pets. So, we will see what happens. And anyway, more about that in an upcoming video. But talk to you guys later, and come back. Bye-bye.